Üdvözlök mindenkit, kellemes péntek estét, délután kívánok mindenkinek. Nézzük, milyen a Mókus hadosztály Biomutant. Hát de szerdán akartam, csak nem úgy jött össze a dolog, a láz nem engedte. Na, új játék. Én pro gamer vagyok, közepes. Nézzük magát. Robotticsök. Vagy egy töcske. Szöcske vagy töcske?
Encode your DNA.
Úristen. Mik ezek a fejek? Hát talán még ez a legnormálatlanabb. Ja igen, magyarul van a játék. Találtam hozzá fordítást. Lámafeje, sötét, kék. Ilyen nem. Hát jó, ennél egy úgy se lehet. Aha, a kezine dzsuva. Aha, hogy minek ellenálljon. Hát szerintem inkább a... Hát, legyen hideg.
Choose your first style.
Szőrszín. Hát legyen fehér. És milyen színű legyen a... Ez meg kell. Ez az, hogy mennyire legyen átlátszó, akkor legyen brutális. Így, és akkor legyen most sötétkék.
Choose your detail color.
Ez meg a szőrének a színe, akkor ez meg legyen fehér.
Pick a class.
Halott szemű.
Psyfreak.
Psyfreak. Igen.
Saboteur. Sentinel.
Ennél egy rücsis dildó van.
Saboteur.
Legyen szabotőrre neki bőrkabátja.
Saboteur chosen. Sounds good.
Szabotőr, mert bőrkabátja. És nézzük csak, hogy milyen hang. De egy picit vettek félbe játékhangeren.
Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun.
49%? Jó lesz. Na nézzük. Hogy nézzünk ki? Nem érzettem a sütibe, anya. Van double jump. Dodge.
We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living.
Igen.
But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Hát színezzi engem kékre, mert én szeretem a kéket.
I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise. An echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Értem.
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you ask me, but you'll come around eventually.
But what comes around goes all the way back around. it's better to stick to your instincts.
In your nature, and here I was hoping we'd be all about natural selection, survival of the strongest, and so forth.
Natural selection is all about evolution and progress.
Értem. Ez most merre? Megyek el.
Right is always right.
Ez igaz, mindig igaz. Oké. Okay. Erre kaponnal van. Beállítások. Hát jó. Elvileg maximum az összes grafikai beállítás. Az a Sanyi!
Stories of death and the bodies left
Az a
behind.
Sanyi, bazd
A
meg!
reminder
A
that
Sanyi!
we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
Megdeg lett a Sanyi! Pedig milyen szép macska volt.
Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Ah! Dodge! 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 Daar is nog de szar! BX. Aj. Oh, öcsém! Amúgy ez volt a trailerben is, nem?
Better make a run for it.
Igen, és a
This is
víziaknap.
not the time nor place to end this story.
Biomutant. Eddig pont olyan, mint a trailerben. Még a grafika elég érdekes. Max váltásokon van, ilyen nagyon szemcsés nekem, nem tudom miért. Szemcsésnek tűnik. De lát, hogy nálam van a probléma.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
Ó, ez meg! Hopp.
The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die.
Mi közük a patkónyok? Értem. Ujjj, mi volt ez a lag? Mi a faszom ez a lag?
That's going to leave a mark.
Jó, amit vége ennek a résznek, akkor állítok a grafikán. Ez nem állapot. Kudalakban, nagyon borzalmas. És nem tudom miért. És már újra!
Slash and dash. You've got more than a flesh wound.
Nézzük akkor egy közepeset. Hát, ha így jobb lesz. Úristen, ez a kamera, ez borzalmas. Loot? Mivel lootolunk? Y-nál, király. Akkor ez tár lenne? Igen. Igen, pisztoly először, jobbra meg. Ó, értem. Így tudom fejleszteni a fegyvert. Jó, jó, jó. Ez heal. Értem. A lánccal ott, lánccal itt. Mi van? Budi! Ez egy Budi Rudi. Egy Budi Rudi a heal. Hűt, bazd meg az anyádat, hogy miért szaggatsz? Pedig nem kéne. Na ezt a kis patkony!
The oil sludges everywhere. To most,
Ami
it
a
only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Ah! Dodge! 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 Dodge!
Grit.
Fogy! Belementem az iszapba! Jó, iszapba nem megyünk, attól meghalunk. Ez jó tudni. Lehetne kicsit optimalizáltabb. Jó, nálatok nem látszik, de nálam igen. Azt mondja, hogy 63 FPS. Az jó. Na, szóval akkor nem szabad belemenni a mocsárba, mert megpusztulunk a gecibe.
To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Jó. Gyere, eszembe. Dögöljem a kis potkony. Gyere! Gyere! Áú. Gyere te geci!
We are half dead.
Jó, ezt nem tudom hárítani. Finom! Kaptam finomat. Mi a faszom az a finom? Anyalót? Meghalsz, mérgező. Vettem. Jó van.
Nice shot.
Áú. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Dodge, dodge. Taras.
Shot through.
Robban! De ne rajtam! Meghalt! Volt nála... Csiklandózó tofi. Úristen, ez a magyarítás! Jaj, Istenem, értettem, hogy megcsiklandott itt. Megcsiklandott, bassz meg. Nagyon jó, hogy itt nincsen valami? Túl nagy és üres. Közülhető támadásra. Nagyon jó! Hú, bezzeg, mi volt ez a lag? Oké, nagy szardet. Hajime! Frissítési pont. Szintén is kapjuk, hogy egyik tulajdonságot. Értem. Jó nagy mappot kapunk. Igen. Igen. Lábak. Kéz. Jó, igen, lábak, farmer. Evidens. Kapusz és purcsi arc, nincs semmi. Fej, semmi. Igazából jó formán semmit nem többet. Leltál gyógyszer, ruhák. Csupasz mókus! Ami félig kecske. Funkciók. Megjelenés. Aha. Zseblámpaként funkcionál, siklóernyő, oh. Megvan! Plusz 10 erősség. Intellektus. Agility. Karizma, szerencse. Távolharc vagy körül távolharc? Lehet katanám is! Abban a pillanatban! X, Y, Y. Tökéletes. X, X, Y, jó. Tök jó. XXY, és akkor ez a megállíthatatlan disznó. Öcsém, ez milyen neve van? XXY. Volt nála megint finom. Na. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Azt mondta, hogy ta-ta-ta-ta.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Ez egy feszítővas. Igen, és akkor feszítővasámból mit tudod csinálni? Jellemző gír, készlet? Oké, szóval a feszítővas nem fegyver. Milyen játék az, ahol a feszítővas nem fegyver? Jó nagyra nőtt ez a mókus.
The clawbar should come in handy.
Megvan a feszítővasnak a funkciója. És ebben nem lesz semmilyen scrap vagy valami? Nem. Nem, én csak le tudok ugrani csőbe.
Whoa!
Csőbe húztak! Mama!
It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Most akkor nem? Tényleg? Vagy komolyan mondod? Dönts benne. Double fucker! Mi a lőcs? Tuti benteni fog.
The Mókus produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you.
Au!
Carving it up. Cut down. Chop it up. That'll come in handy.
Dögölj meg! Megállíthatatlan disznót adok neked, öcsém!
So much
Tu-tu-tu-tu!
damage.
Különleges erő? Igen? Mi a pont? Szóval... Milyen különleges erőkről van szó? Lánc! Láncolott! Lánccal itt! Arra jelzettek el valami csempás jószágot. Rakadtak volna több tárgyat amúgy. Ez most a Millennium Falcon vagy a szellem?
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Ha. Szóval az emberiség kipusztult, építettek ilyen lófaszokat, és ezekkel hagyták el igazából a földet. Streamben mennyire szaggat? Rohadtul. Bármilyen hihetetlen áll, nem szaggat egy dekát sem. Ja, értem, lehet, hogy a 200 kilobit per szekundum az 5000 helyett. Ám mi?
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Megráztam a mókust. De mi rázta meg a mókust? Igen?
There are
Film.
few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Szóval az emberek, azok igazából egy rohadt gecik, elkezdték mérgezni még jobban a földet, mint most. Gratulálok. És a nukleáris szemetet meg minden lófaszt az óceánba kezdtek el dobni, és azokból lett ezek a bőrkabátos, farmeradrágos, mókus ninja, tini ninja harci mókusok. Ez úgy néz ki, mint a kiábrándult hercegnő. Királylány. Szezent, hárói bűvös varázsdoboz!
Sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door.
Pew 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 pew.
A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt.
Potenciális agymelegítő. Mi a fasz?
It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Úristen, micsoda puzzle!
There you go.
Puzzle? Puzz fel. Az egy ember! Nem, az egy hód.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him.
Ez egy tolókocsis hód.
Savor this one. Great shot. Got one.
Double fucker! Van még valaki!
That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Melyik nem volt interakció ennél? Ha fogamzásgátló volt a Mókusnál? Meg édesség. Elrontottad a fogadat. Szóval tolókocsis hód, fél lába van. Hol a másik lábad, te hód?
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad.
Fukutum.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark. How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village. He must have had a purpose with that. The question is, what? There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end.
Popsinak hívják.
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. After the old village was destroyed and you disappeared, a struggle between the families erupted, and over time, the disciples turned against each other. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Mindent értek. Nem. Értem. Szóval akik lassan olvastak, azok átelhatják. Hé, itt két szemem van, és úgy nézek ki, mint egy cica. Szóval ez most egy visszaemlékezés.
Asks if you were tired. There's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did.
Köszönöm.
Even the
Na, jó,
young
köszönöm.
forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here. Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the Nono.
És érdekelme
The
beszél,
Nono
bazd meg.
prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Hát ez Elvis Presley! Baszta meg! Elvis Presley! Nem, gomba nem működik. Ha lenyomom, akkor tudok 4 lábon futni. Bázd meg. Reméltem, hogy nincsen wall damage. Nem tud úszni? Ez komolyan nem tud úszni? Hát milyen állat vagy te? Jaj, bocsánat, nagyon rángatoltuk a kamerát. Elviszi Presley, én kezdje újra dumálni nékem. Jó, nem tudom maskába is futni. Akkor körbe kell menni. Fodrozza a csillámfüvet. A készítők is fodroztak valamiféle füvet. Gratulálok a fejlesztőknek, elég érdekes játékot sikerült összehozni. Igen, csillámfű.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to come. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree.
Annyira vagány.
You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
Egy gumicukor ugrál a háttérben. Szóval itt megvan mind a két szemem. Meg a gyönyörű... Megvagy! Megvagy! Te dagadt!
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed.
Igaz, hogy két szem mellé ütöttem, de...
He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so... countless, he'd say. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Aha. Vágom, Csati, vágom. És megvan a sprintecsém. Ha motorozok, anya! Motorozok! Kikerülöm! Kikerülöm! Szörnyelmesen fut, még így is. Tetszik ez a fa.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not.
Én mondjuk pont így tudom elképzelni az apokalipszis utáni éveket. Bázza, miért ugrál ennyire a beat sebesség?
He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow.
Nem mondod, hogy a
He
tolókocsis
says he
mosomatja
remembers
izé.
every single
Az.
day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and the genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive.
Igen.
His friend
Oda kell
Gizmo is
mennem.
working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route.
Ja, hát középen van, értem, középen van fa. És ennyire szétnőttek a gyökerek, jó?
Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own.
Ez egy átudító volt?
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Goo Glide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Tízedes kücik, ha már az elejtség. Ügyfelem az hazott régen múlt, mert 14.
You're getting the hang of it.
És innen kezdik az open
Quickest
world
way out is
része.
through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
És innen kezdene a játék open world része, vagy... Vagy ez rohadtul nem lesz open world játék, hanem csak pályára megyünk. Tízedes kücik, ha már az elejtség.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Ott van középen, a Biomutant felirat alatt, az M és az U között. Akkor csak izé lesz ez open world. Ez nagyon Falloutos. Tudom, hogy ez a sprint. Szóval, nekem van itt a térképem. Van a Dead Zone-ba egy gyökér. Aha, jó. És nincsen amúgy külön mentés. Játékmentés. Oké. Okay. Na, nézzünk körbe akkor. Ami.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
Vágesz! Szerintem fast travel. De most
Let's see.
Lehúgyozta a táblát! Bázd meg, lehúgyozta a táblát! Csúnya rossz pocok! Vagy mi a faszom? Nagyon Fallout, csak mondjuk, hogy kevesebb volt a faj, mi a faszom ez? Cápanyuszi szörny! Egy háromfejű bolyhos cápa meg.
That must be the world eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The world eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake.
Akkor ez a világfaló? Egy cápanyuszi szörny.
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
Egy nyuszica.
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Vágás.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
Pisi pontok. Értem. Szóval én nagyon jó leszek,
He
akkor
needs
jó.
help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
Hát mivel nem vagyok egy geci ezért. Hadd segítsek, kérlek.
He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
Fight!
That's a spark of light in you!
Milyen tájhang volt ez?
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war.
Szóval van egy törzs jobbra, van egy törzs balra, gondolom én.
The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathan rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same.
Igen. Másik.
The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction, to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jackney isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Hát, inkább a jobb
Out of
oldalhoz
date says
mennék.
someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jackney's or Myriad's side.
Pa, wherefore, where, no to lu bayo.
He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit.
Befarbihita, un toko bkirko, to huaye.
Myriad is convinced that defeating the World Eaters is the only way the world can be saved, but they've been forced to focus on their rivalry with the Jackney tribe.
Befarbihita, un toko bkirko, gabo befarhi.
Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
Momombusu?
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Hát én ide mennék, ha nem bánjátok. Nekem jobban fekszik a...
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Az alagútban sötét van. Az alagút viszem oda. Mama. Itt is egy halott nyusztica. Piros volt. Szegénykém.
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded.
Mama! Én nem tudom ki a jó, meg ki a rossz. Inkább nem segítenék senkinek. Dodge, 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 dodge.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
Hát na. Ők is kodoznak. Dodge, 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 dodge. Ja, van staminám is. Ó. Dodge, dodge. Ez is Shinto kapu volt? Vagy van hasonló? Dodge, 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 dodge. Körbe kell mennem a híd felé. Dodge, 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 dodge.
That's the Myriad tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know.
Lepisilom a menetjelző helyet.
Let's see.
Nem én választottam a gangster életet.
It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance.
Szevasz, tegyik!
Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war.
Megyünk Sifu mesterhez,
They've already
öcsém!
got word of an intruder, so he guesses the Sifu must be very interested in meeting you.
Sifu mester! Majd neki is bajsza lesz? Nem, ez valami török szultán. Nő.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you.
Mi ez, hogy önbíráskodó? Én nem vagyok önbíráskodó. Én egy márványhős vagyok.
Took out of date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted.
Van lepkefogó hám, jó szívű vagyok.
The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the animosity escalated to war. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life.
Jó. Én Sifu mesterre tartok. Hát találkozok Póval is.
You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe.
Miért kéne kényszeríteni őket?
The Myriad were placed here to fulfill a certain purpose, chosen to unite the tribes and take control of their destiny. The tribes need a firm hand guiding them into the future.
Ez magas. Szasz.
Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who... They might bring them war, but they'll never take away their inner peace. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side.
Ja, ezek meg
The only
hamurájok!
way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share. They passed the point of no return as their words lost power and see no other way forward than using violence to combat violence. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can
És
sometimes
tényleg azt hittem, hogy ez egy játék lesz,
He
nem egy
can't
interaktív
blame you for
film.
not remembering, but he can sense the stillness of something lost.
Fú, már ennyi volt. Hú, legközelebb hétfőn találkozunk. Kellemes hétvégét kívánok mindenkinek. Jók legyetek. Szevasztok! Bye bye!